Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. And we are cold this morning because the house is about 63 degrees. There are New Englanders that think that's fine. Below 65, I start to be unable to stay warm. And of course, we had the first snow, which you might see out the window, which is now being cold rained on. So that's also adding to the feeling of coldness. And we're having all other kinds of mechanical problems with the computers and the cell phones. And I'm in this technology sucks mode because nothing in this house is working except the fridge and the electricity. Which I'm happy for because the space heaters are keeping me from freezing in here. So today we want to talk a little bit about foods you shouldn't feed your dogs from your Thanksgiving dinner. I know when I was young, oh my God, it's amazing the dogs didn't die. I mean, all the yucky stuff nobody ate would just get dumped into the dogs' bowls, including organs, cooked or not, and any kind of fatty, yucky skin, etc. from the turkey. These things are not good for your dog. I mean, yes, there was a time when maybe dogs lived on scraps, but that is not now. Dogs have not a great ability to digest fat, and there's a lot of fat and a lot of toxins in all those things. See, Danny needs 75 and she lives in South Dakota. So I'm pretty tough that I can be at 67 and be moderately okay. So anyway, don't want to give your dog the turkey leftovers. A lot of the turkeys that you buy, like the butter balls and things like that, they are marinated in some kind of a brine to help preserve them. And that stuff, again, is loaded with salt and things that are not good for your dog. Now, they're not great for you either, but you weigh, between 100 and 200 pounds. Most dogs weigh about 50 pounds. So they're getting like a bigger dose of whatever is in that food that is not good. So keep them away from any of the turkey, the ham, the meats that you have made. They can eat nice steamed vegetables before you put butter and salt and things on them. That would be fine for them if you want to share that with your dogs. And the same with like mashed potatoes without butter, milk, and salt. That would also be fine for your dog. Raw carrots, if somebody has a little crudité platter before their meal, you can share that with the dog. Celery even off of that tray. Pumpkin pie, not great for dogs. Yeah, you hear that pumpkin's good when they have diarrhea, but that has to be unsweetened, flavored with spices and things, and just plain pumpkin. And as you well know, there's a big difference between eating a piece of just boiled zucchini and pumpkin pie. The dog is better with the boiled zucchini than the pumpkin pie. So you can't share, obviously, any of the sweets with your dog either. But remember the other things that dogs can't eat and keep them out of the way. A lot of people might come and bring like what they used to call a hostess gift, but a little thank you of like a box of chocolates or flowers even. Keep these things out of the reach of dogs. Often, as at the chaos at my family's Thanksgiving with, I don't know, what do we have? 10 dogs in the house, some big, some small, mostly only one big one. But a lot of people choose to keep their dogs out of the dining room if they have doors to be able to do that because, a bigger dog can just sweep things off the table and enjoy them. And my sister's ex-husband tells a story of their Labrador eating the whole turkey one year when they were asked to come in to dinner. He just snuck in there and walked off with it and ate it, like the Bumpus hounds in A Christmas Story. So keep the flowers and the chocolates out of the way of the dogs. Often people will open the chocolates and put them on the coffee table. We all go away and the dog has a little snack. Chocolate's really toxic for dogs. Flowers also are sprayed with a lot of chemicals, also not good for dogs. Remember, your dog has been in the house smelling that food cooking all day long. He is just as hungry as you are. And a lot of people often feed their dog after they eat dinner because in the certain time period, and even now, people say, oh, you won't be able to be the pack leader if you don't feed your dog after you eat. Well, you know what? you're just asking for trouble if it's getting to be late and past your dog's normal dining time, and your guys are all eating dinner in the dining room and leaving your dog to roam the house on his own and see what he can find. So try not to do that kind of a thing. Raisins, grapes, also bad for dogs. Macadamia nuts, which might be in cookies or something somebody might make, also not good for dogs. A lot of these things are not necessarily immediately fatal, but they can create organ problems that you might not notice for a couple days. My sister used to work, when she first got out of school, at an emergency dog surgery center. And she, being new, always had to work the holidays. And she would be doing surgery morning, noon, and night on Thanksgiving from all the stuff people gave dogs or that dogs got that they weren't supposed to. And certainly back in those days, people used to just let their dogs loose, and people would often put the bones from the turkey in a trash bag out at the curb. Dogs would get in there. Cooked bones are very bad for dogs, much more brittle than fresh bones, and can create lots of problems. And again, you might not see some of these problems for a couple days, but you could perforate something in the gut and have a big problem immediately. So bones, huge problem for dogs. And feeding them anything raw that was made for human consumption, it was meant to be cooked. Raw human food is loaded with bacteria, which is really not good for your dog. So don't just think, oh, well, people feed their dogs raw diets. Raw diets are not the crap that comes from the grocery store. So these are some things to keep in mind when you're having Thanksgiving dinner, to keep your dog safe. And that is the most important thing, because we want to have our dogs with us throughout the year, and we don't want to make a dumb mistake on a holiday. So really think about this, not just for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas as well. I mean, Thanksgiving is a holiday where we really think about food, but for Christmas and other big holidays throughout the year, dogs run the risk of eating things that can be really, really harmful for them. So macadamia nuts, chocolate, grapes, raisins, antifreeze fluid. Don't lock your dog in the garage if you've just been putting that in your car, maybe for the windshield wipers, or refilling the antifreeze itself. It's very delicious. Dogs can't resist it. Even a dog like mine who never picks up something from the floor might take a lick of something like that. That can kill your dog. So also in the garage, people have rat bait, mouse bait, ant bait, things like that. Again, locking your dog in the garage in an unsafe situation, not helping him. So, it's nice to put them in another room, often a bedroom with a TV or a radio on, just to keep them calm and happy and safe from all the food that's going to be everywhere. People sometimes have children come and they're dropping things and they think it's okay for the dog. We have not had this happen because we really work on keeping our dogs all happy at my sister's house, but the potential exists for dogs that don't know each other that well and seem to be getting along, having a big squabble when a child drops a piece of turkey on the floor, and then you've got a bigger problem with the dogs fighting and people in the way and people getting upset. This goes for cats too. We've had on occasion a cat from my sister's house just walk across the dining room table after we were done eating and horrify one of my aunts who doesn't like cats and is fairly afraid of them. And the cat just delicately walked over and picked a piece of meat off of her plate and sat there and ate it and then washed his feet, which was very upsetting to her. We all thought it was charming because we were basically done our main meal. And what about a cat walking on the table? Now, I don't know. I could not have a cat walking on my table. So really take good care of your pets over the Thanksgiving holiday and keep them safe and keep them out of harm's way with food. Turkey drippings, gravy, all those things that you think are so good and meaty and your dog might like, they are very bad for your dog. They can create a case of pancreatitis with vomiting, diarrhea, and you don't want to deal with that over the holidays. So, and plus people often go shopping on Friday after Thanksgiving. Not a good time to have a very, very sick dog on your hands. So play it safe. Keep your dog safe. Just feed him what he normally eats and don't try to give him too much extra stuff from your Thanksgiving table. Right, Tristan? He says, I hear I'm getting something special. You are. I'm buying him some cooked turkey or making him some, since I'm a vegetarian and he eats turkey all the time. Oh, Neely's here feeding the doggies. Well, you have a lot of them to feed. So yesterday evening, I went to the Mayflower Corgi Club's dinner and meeting where I became a member officially after 30 years of attending events and trying to figure out how to join this club. You know, people are busy. They don't get their emails change. I don't know. But anyway, I'm finally a member. And there's a huge dog show in Springfield today and yesterday. So, and we should have probably shown an agility there. We just were busy. We've had a lot going on. I didn't have time to practice. So anyway, I'm going to go down today and watch some of my friends. So we'll have a report on that. And I think we'll be back Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure, with another Thanksgiving special. So we'll see you then. Everybody have a great day. 5 kids at Danny's house with a lot of dogs. Yeah, it gets crazy. Hard to keep track of all the animals and the food, and people are stressed, which puts your dog in a state of frustration, makes him not happy either. Jim says, have a great day. Do you have snow up there, Jim? We got snow. My friends in New Hampshire have 5 inches. Oh, they're only 90 miles north of me, but they're kind of level with you guys. Anyway, have a great day, everyone, and get ready for your holidays and think about keeping your dog safe during your meal because they're important. We'll see you in a couple days.